Hey, good afternoon, evening, everybody. Welcome to another reading of the Bible. We are in Exodus. We're going to read chapters 25, 26, and 27 this evening. So catch up here. 25, 26, and 27. I believe that's correct. Let's see. Yep, 25, 26, 27. So here we go. The Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel. Oops. Israel. Oh, what happened here? There you go. There you go. Sorry. Speaking to the children of Israel, that they may bring me an offering of every man that giveth willingly with his heart, ye shall take any offering. This is the offering which ye shall take of them: gold, silver, brass, blue, purple, scarlet, blue linen, purple linen, scarlet, and fine linen, goat's hair, ram's skins dyed red, and badger's skins, and shittim wood, or shittim wood, oil for the light, spices for anointing oil, and for sweet incense, onyx stones and other stones to be set on in the ephod and in the breastplate for the priest. Let them make me a sanctuary that I may dwell among them, according to all that I show thee after the pattern of the tabernacle and the pattern of all the instruments thereof, even so shall ye make it. They shall make an ark of shittim wood, or shittim wood. 2 cubits and a half shall be the length thereof, and a cubit and a half the breadth thereof, and a cubit and a half the height thereof. Thou shalt overlay it with pure gold within and outside, inside and out. Shalt thou overlay it, and shalt make upon it a crown of gold round about it. Thou shalt cast 4 rings of gold for it, and put them in the 4 corners thereof, and 2 rings shall be on in the one side of it, and 2 rings on the other side of it. Thou shalt make staves of shittim wood, and overlay them with gold. Thou shalt put the staves into the rings by the sides of the ark, that the ark may be borne with them, or carried with them. The staves shall be in the rings of the ark, they shall not be taken from it. Thou shalt put into the ark the testimony which I shall give thee. Thou shalt make a mercy seat of pure gold. 2 cubits and a half shall be the length thereof, and a cubit and a half the breadth thereof. Thou shalt make 2 cherubims of gold, of beaten work shalt thou make them in the 2 ends of the mercy seat. And make one cherub of the one end, and the other cherub on the other end. Even of the mercy seat shall ye make the cherubims on the 2 ends thereof. The cherubim shall stretch forth their wings on high, covering the mercy seat with their wings. Their faces shall look one to another. For the mercy seat shall the faces of the cherubims be. Thou shalt put the ark, thou shalt put the mercy seat above upon the ark, and in the ark thou shalt put the testimony that thou shalt give thee. There I will meet with thee, and I will commune with thee from above the mercy seat, and from between the 2 cherubims which are upon the ark of the testimony, of all things which I will give thee in commandment unto the children of Israel. Thou shalt also make a table of shittim wood. 2 cubits shall be the length thereof, and a cubit and breadth thereof, and a cubit and a half the height thereof. Thou shalt overlay it with pure gold, and make thereto a crown of gold round about it. Thou shalt make unto it a border of a hand breadth round about, and thou shalt make a golden crown to the border thereof round about. Thou shalt make for it 4 rings of gold, and put the rings in the 4 corners that are on the 4 feet thereof. Over against the border shall the rings be for places of the staves to bear the table. Thou shalt make the staves of shittim wood, and overlay them with gold, and the table may be borne with them. Thou shalt make the dishes thereof, and spoons thereof, covers thereof, and bowls thereof, to cover withal. Of pure gold shalt thou make them. Thou shalt set upon the table showbread before me always. Thou shalt make a candlestick of pure gold. Of beaten work shall the candlestick be made. His shaft and his branches, his bowls, his knops, 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 and his flowers shall one be of the same. 6 branches shall come out of the sides of it. 3 branches of the candlestick out of one side, 3 branches of the candlestick out of the other side. 3 bowls made like unto almonds, with the knop and a flower on one branch, and 3 bowls made like almonds and the other branch with a knop and a flower. So in the 6 branches that come out of the in the 6 branches that come out of the candlestick. In the candlestick shall be 4 bowls made like unto almonds, with their knops and their flowers. There shall be a knop under 2 branches of the same, and a knop under 2 branches of the same, and a knop under 2 branches of the same, according to the 6 branches that proceed out of the candlestick. Their knops and their branches shall be of the same. All it shall be one beaten work of pure gold. Thou shalt make the 7 lamps thereof, and they shall light the lamps thereof, that they may give light over against it. The tongs thereof and snuff dishes thereof shall be of pure gold. Of a talent of pure gold shall he make it, and all these vessels. Look that thou make them after their pattern, which has showed thee in the mount. Chapter 26. Moreover, thou shalt make the tabernacle with 10 curtains of fine twined linen, blue and purple and scarlet, with cherubims of cunning work shalt thou make them. The length of one curtain shall be 8 and 20 cubits, 28 cubits, and the breadth of one curtain cubit, 4 cubits. Every one of the curtains shall have one measure. The 5 curtains shall be coupled together one to another. Another 5 curtains shall be coupled one to another. Thou shalt make loops of blue upon the edge of the one curtain from the selvage of the coupling, and likewise shalt thou make in the othermost edge of another curtain and the coupling of the second. 50 loops shalt thou make in the one curtain, and 50 loops shalt thou make in the edge of the curtain as in the coupling of the second, that the loops may take hold one of another. Thou shalt make 50 taches, taches, I believe, of gold, and couple the curtains together with the taches, and there shall be one tabernacle. Thou shalt make curtains of goat's hair to be a covering upon the tabernacle. 11 curtains thou shalt make. The length of one curtain shall be 30 cubits, and the breadth of one curtain 4 cubits, and 11 curtains shall be all of one measure. Thou shalt couple 5 curtains by themselves, and 6 curtains by themselves, and shalt double the 6th curtain in the forefront of the tabernacle. Thou shalt make 50 loops on the edge of the one curtain that is outmost in the coupling, and 50 loops in the edge of the curtain which coupleth the second. Thou shalt make 50 taches of brass, and put the taches into the loops, and couple the tent together, that it may become one. The remnant that remaineth of the curtains of the tent, the half curtain that remaineth, shall hang over the backside of the tabernacle, a cubit on the one side and a cubit on the other side, of that which remaineth in the length of the curtains of the tent. It shall hang over the sides of the tabernacle on this side, and on this side to cover it. Thou shalt make a covering for the tent of ram's skins dyed red, and a covering above all badgers of badgers' skins. Thou shalt make boards of the tabernacle for the tabernacle of shittim wood standing up. 10 cubits shall be the length of a board, and a cubit and a half shall be the breadth of one board. 2 tenons shall there be in one board, set in order one against another. That shalt thou make for all the boards of the tabernacle. Thou shalt make the boards for the tabernacle, 20 boards on the south side southward. Thou shalt make 40 sockets of silver under the 20 boards, 2 sockets under one board for its 2 tenons, and 2 sockets under another board for its 2 tenons. For the second side of the tabernacle on the north side, there shall be 20 boards. There are 40 sockets of silver, 2 sockets under one board, 2 sockets under another board. For the sides of the tabernacle westward, thou shalt make 6 boards. 2 boards shalt thou make for the corners of the tabernacle, and the 2 sides they shall be coupled together beneath, and shall be coupled together above the head of it into one ring. They shall be for the 2 corners. They shall be 8 boards, and their sockets of silver. The sockets of silver, 16 sockets, 2 sockets under one board, 2 sockets under another board. Thou shalt make bars of shittim wood, 5 for the boards of the one side of the tabernacle, 5 bars for the boards of the other side of the tabernacle, and 5 bars for the boards of the side of the tabernacle, for the 2 sides westward. And the middle bar in the midst of the board shall reach from end to end. Thou shalt overlay the boards with gold and make the rings of gold for places for the bars, and thou shalt overlay the bars with gold. Thou shalt rear up the tabernacle according to the fashion thereof which showed thee in the mount. Thou shalt make a veil of blue and purple, scarlet, and fine twined linen of cunning work. With cherubim shall it be made. Thou shalt hang it upon 4 pillars of shittim wood overlaid with gold. Their hooks shall be of gold upon the 4 sockets of silver. Excuse me. Thou shalt hang up the veil under the taches, that thou mayest bring in thither within the veil the ark of the testimony. And the veil shall divide unto you between the holy place and the most holy. Thou shalt put the mercy seat upon the ark of the testimony in the most holy place. Thou shalt set the table without the veil, and the candlestick over against the tabernacle. Over against the tabernacle on the side of the tabernacle toward the south. Thou shalt put the table on the north side. Thou shalt make a hanging for the door of the tent of blue, purple, scarlet, fine twined linen, wrought with needlework. Thou shalt make for the hanging 5 pillars of shittim wood, and overlay them with gold, and their hooks shall be of gold, and thou shalt cast 5 sockets of brass for them. Chapter 27. I believe I'm caught up here. Thou shalt make an altar of shittim wood. Thou shalt make an altar of shittim wood, 5 cubits long, 5 cubits broad. The altar shall be 4 square, and the height thereof shall be 3 cubits. Thou shalt make the horns of it upon the 4 corners thereof. His horn shall be of the same, and it shall overlay it with brass. Thou shalt make his pans to receive his ashes, and his shovels, his basins, and his flesh hooks, his fire pans. All the vessels thereof shalt thou make of brass. Thou shalt make for it a grate of network of brass, and upon the net shalt thou make 4 brazen rings in the 4 corners thereof. Thou shalt put it under the compass of the altar beneath, and the net may be even to the midst of the altar. And thou shalt make staves for the altar, staves of shittim wood, and overlay them with brass. The staves shall be put into the rings, and the staves shall be upon the 2 sides of the altar to bear it. Hollow with boards shalt thou make it. As it was showed thee in the mount, so shall they make it. Thou shalt make the court. Thou shalt make the court of the tabernacle. The south side of the southward, there shall be hangings for the court of fine twined linen of 100 cubits long for one side. One side, the 20 pillars thereof, and the 20 sockets shall be of brass. The hooks of the pillars and their fillets shall be of silver. And likewise for the north side the wheeling. And likewise for the north side in length, there shall be hangings of 100 cubits long. There's 20 pillars, and there's 20 sockets of brass, hooks of the pillars, and their fillets of silver. For the breadth of the court on the west side shall be hangings 50 cubits. The pillars, their pillars 10, and their sockets 10. The breadth of the court on the east side towards eastward shall be 50 cubits. The hangings of one side of the gate shall be 15 cubits, the pillars 3, and their sockets 3. On the other side shall be hangings 15 cubits, the pillars 3, and their sockets 3. For the gate of the court shall be a hanging of 20 cubits of blue, purple, scarlet, and fine twined linen wrought with needlework, and the pillars shall be 4, and their sockets 4. All the pillars round about the court shall be filleted with silver. Their hooks shall be filled. Their hooks shall be of silver, and their sockets of brass. The length of the court shall be 100 cubits, and the breadth 50 everywhere. And the length of the court shall be 100 cubits, and the breadth 50 everywhere, and the height 5 cubits of fine twined linen, and their sockets of brass. All the vessels of the tabernacle, and all the service thereof, and all the pins thereof, and all the pins of the court shall be of brass. And thou shalt be command. Oh my gosh. And thou shalt command the children of Israel that they bring pure oil olive, beaten for the light, to cause the lamp to burn always. In the tabernacle of the congregation without the veil, which is before the testimony. Aaron and the son shall order it from evening to morning before the Lord. It shall be a statute forever unto this generation, unto the generation on the behalf of the children of Israel. All right. Ooh. So that was 24. No, 25. 25 through 28 through 27. All righty. Hope you enjoyed that reading, and I'll be back later.